joining me now, combat veteran, Republican Representative Mark Green of Tennessee. All right, Congressman Green, I mean, how amazing this clumsy retreat has resulted in more U.S. troops in Afghanistan than just a few days ago. And my question to you is, could this be a harbinger of things to come? In fact, do you foresee a time when, sadly, we may actually have to send combat troops back into that country to curb the export of terrorism?
Yeah, Charles, thanks for having me on your show. Always enjoy it. You know, I absolutely do think we're at greater risk right now than we've been since before 9/11. These organizations, these transnational organizations, are much more organized and better led than they were before 9/11. And here they are now with their own country, a place where they can harbor other terrorist organizations and allow them to train up. So absolutely, I think we're at a greater risk. You add to that a southern border that's completely open because of this president, more terrorist watch list people being apprehended down there than ever before. Yeah, I think we're at a greater risk, and I think America's sons and daughters may very well be going back.
You know, yesterday President Biden said that he's, quote, stands behind the decision and even claimed that everything was planned for, every contingency was planned for. But of course, he did blame the Afghan leaders. He did blame the Afghan military. And it was interesting because after he did that, I took a bunch of notes, Representative Green. He said, we paid their salaries and we provided air support. Now, wouldn't it stand to reason that there would be a massive hit to morale if someone who was supporting you financially and with those airstrikes all of a sudden took them away? I mean, couldn't they figure that out in their calculus?
I don't understand why they couldn't figure that out. President Biden blamed everything but climate control, which is our climate, disaster. He blamed the Taliban. He blamed the previous president. He blamed military strategies for the past 20 years. That clearly has been an issue. Our strategy has not been great over the past 20 years. But the falsehoods in his statement that the Afghans weren't willing to fight. They've been fighting the ground war by themselves. We've just been there as a support structure, aircraft and intelligence. And the way we left Bagram, and you hit the nail on the head, the way we pulled out of Bagram airfield in the middle of the night and didn't even tell the Afghans. I mean, they stumbled in the next day and the Americans were gone. Obviously, that took away their will to fight. The methods by which they've done this withdrawal, abysmal, the worst you could possibly imagine. And that's why we're faced with people falling off of aircraft trying to get out.
In the meantime, the Taliban has gone on something, some sort of charmed offensive. How worried are you that maybe members of our media, maybe our politicians start to pick it up, start to carry their water, and start to echo some of the things they're saying? I mean, who would ever believe that they're going to treat women respectfully?
So UNICEF reported that 27 children, at least 27 children, were brutally murdered in the past 3 to 4 days. These are not suddenly overnight. I mean, they're a sadistic philosophy, and it's not like they're going to become, international citizens now. They're a thug, criminal, horrible ideology, and it's insane to think that anyone would just, partner up with them. But I wouldn't doubt it. Some of the left media. It's interesting, though, even Leon Panetta and people like that are coming out saying, this is Biden's failure, and he's got to own it.
Yeah, I have been surprised, that some folks that you might think would stick on one side of the political aisle are being very honest about all of this. Congressman Green, thank you so much for your service, and thank you for coming on the show. Always appreciate it.
Charles, take care.